Hiring the wrong person, like a cancer bringing to any business. Verbal reference check is very, very important. You can save your time through using artificial intelligence, setting the expectation from your staff. Talk about your expectation. Money is more important or the staff is more important? There is nothing more important than having a right. I am Zaffar Khan. Welcome to Zaffarology. After building multiple businesses, starting as a taxi driver training and scaling into multi-million-dollar success, I have learned the exact frameworks that can make any business a success. If you are a business owner who's tired of the guesswork and wants proven strategies to grow and scale, you are in the right place. Let's turn your vision into thriving business. 8 things I do to hire the perfect staff. There's a big, huge point of discussion. Money is more important or the staff is more important? To me, staff is more important than money. Because if you have money and you have wrong staff, they can destroy the money. If you have good staff and you have no money, they can create the money. So it's very, very important to go to the next level to hire a right staff. But one thing is you have to be careful of, you have to consider a couple of things. Sometimes some staff have wonderful attitude and beautiful skill. You can't beat that. If you have a wonderful staff, wonderful attitude, wonderful skill, excellent attitude, the man with credibility, man with ability, oh, you can't beat that. That person who have a wonderful attitude but shortage of skill is only good if you have someone who can teach them skills. But if you are hiring the first person, head of the department, you can't have wonderful attitude and shortage of skill. Then you got to have a wonderful attitude and wonderful skills. Skills will all have to be together. And during the interview, I can tell you 7, 8 things you have to be careful of. One thing is job description. Talk about your expectation, what you expect from them. And sometimes you advertise job through one platform that can go to 20 different platforms. So to find that software, find that platform, how you can advertise job. So you want one advertisement should go through to many platforms because you need to hire fast, not hire slow, hire fast, but have expectations there. But at the same time, if somebody do not perform, you can fire fast as well, but hire fast, with all those things. And after that, when they apply for the job, you can send predetermined questions and they can answer. Use AI, artificial intelligence. You need to send them the predetermined questions. The reason why you send the predetermined questions, because when you interview them, you have maybe 4, 5, 6 people interviewing. There are 5, 6 people interviewing and interviews for 1 hour. It's a 6 hours of wastage of time. You can save your time through using artificial intelligence. So if the person is according to your desires, according to your expectations, then you ask for the online interview and then the physical interview and so on. But the first predetermined question, send them. If they answer, you are basically pre-qualifying them. Then you shortlist. For example, when you have predetermined questions, if it's about marketing, you have to ask them, can you have 2 meetings a week? Can you create listings? Can you create customers? Can you be proactive yourself? Can you create leads without the company gives you the leads? If it's a marketing side of it, say, can you create marketing material? Can you generate marketing material yourself without company's help? And if it's accounting, if you are using Xero software or whatever the accounting software you are using, do you know that? What level you have? Start level or intermediate level or top level? Whatever the level you have, find all those things predetermined. If you think it's whatever you need and whatever the answers are matching, so get those ones. You need to shortlisting of those candidates, which are the best job matchmaking, and get your job description and the person who best answers those ones. So if you have to have a job matchmaking, and then obviously if you are happy with this one, go the next level, online interview. When you have online interview, give them actual examples, to give them actual scenario to particular thing, how to handle it. Just for example, if it's a debit and credit, they made some mistake, how to do the reverse entry. If they made a mistake in the social media post not to do it, how to reverse that one. So you need to give some examples. The most important thing is that person should be part of the interview who knows his stuff. If you are giving a job to accountant, you make sure there's an accountant expert should be there so he can ask accounting questions. Sometimes I have the experience when we all were interviewing one person, and one person can lead to the national level, but that person did not have the ability to do the national level job. Because sometimes people can be actors. Make sure, sometimes people can be answer best questions to your, but when you have actually scenarios, actually practical questions, that's where you will be knowing their skill level. Test their skill, not at the job, test their skill at the interview. Even online interview, test their skill. Give them some examples and scenarios and so on. Listen, building a business isn't about luck. It's about having the right blueprint. I have spent years scaling many companies into a multi-million-dollar empire, and I have put everything I have learned into my latest book, 8 Pillars of Business Success. It is the exact framework I use to build, grow, and dominate in business. If you want real strategies that actually work, this book is your recipe. Everything you need to grow is one click away. Get your copy now through the link in the show notes. Back to the episode. The next level will be ask them open-ended questions. When you're asking the open-ended questions, you will see about their life and personal life and so on. You don't have the right to ask their personal life. When you ask about open-ended questions, the question can be, are you involved? Do you go to gym? Do you involved in any charity? Do you, things like that. Open-ended questions, what you like, what are your hobbies are. You like singing, you like dancing, you like, there's the open-ended questions. So give them time, 2, 3, 4 minutes to listen to them. You listen to them. During that listen time, you can guess lots of things, you can absorb from them, lots of things you can learn about their life. One is open-ended question, one is a dead-end question. Dead-end question is what's your name, and finished. Open-end question is what you like about life, what you like about job, what you like about anything particularly. These are open-ended questions, so they have a few minutes to talk about it. The reason you are going to ask the open-ended question is to know about their life. You want to see whether you are not hiring a person with the cancer. Cancer means they can cheat you in interview. They can pass the interview, but they can create lots of trouble when they get into the job, and they can even bring their contagious diseases with that one. Contagious disease means attitude diseases, like blaming each other. Or sometimes people look for excuses to insult someone. Sometimes people look for excuses to respect someone. So you need to find who is looking for excuses to admire someone, to respect someone, to love someone, to praise someone. And sometimes people look for excuses. Out of 100 things, they will find only one thing to insult you, only one thing to create weak point. Sometimes there are few people, they have hundreds of things. They will find one thing to praise others, to love others, to respect others, to appreciate others. And you need to find attitude-wise, only you can find out in 1 hour if you let them talk too much. Just instead of you talk too much, let them talk too much. And after that, you got to ask them, are they okay if they report weekly, fortnightly, or monthly reporting? Whatever you expect they're reporting, you have to ask them. You ask them at the interview, you ask them at the letter of appointment, you ask them even employment contract. All those things you do mention to them. And after the interview, if you're happy and satisfied, you must not employ anyone if you're happy and satisfied. No. You have to ask the verbal reference check. You can do in writing reference check as well. But verbal reference check is very, very important. You can talk to their previous owner, previous employer. Ask them, how long did he work for? Why did he leave? Would you like to hire again? We hired one person. I don't want to mention the name. We have thousands of employees. So we hired one person, and that person gone on to the top. We did not had the reference check from a previous employer. Then at the end of the day, that staff member given us a hard time. And so what I'm just saying is this, verbal reference checking is very, very important part. I think my suggestion is should not give the job to anybody else without having the verbal reference check. 99% times, if people who are bad, their bosses will give you verbal references because they have burnt their fingers because they hired them. They will tell them, because inside they don't like them. And in writing, sometimes they have given the in writing reference. They're very good. But verbally, usually I find they're very, very honest. over 90% times, they will be telling you, because they already burned their fingers, you should not burn your finger because of that particular staff member. But at the same time, the whole world is full of beautiful people. Beautiful people have wonderful staff members, and try to get all those beautiful staff members. And in that one, you will have a beautiful bouquet of staff, which will take nice smell and will take you to the next level. And to go to the next level, only one way, right staff for the right job, right staff for the right job. Once you're all satisfied, make sure, do not put them on a job, train them first, then evaluate that training. Evaluate means check whether they have understood the training or not. If they haven't, again train them. And during the training, make sure you get their input as well. Don't be Hitler. Don't be just forceful. Don't force your ideas. Involve them. Sometimes they have to be a little bit flexibility. If you want to improve your business, if you want to go to the next level, if you want to achieve something, there is nothing more important than having a right staff. Not even money. Right staff is the way to go. Right staff is a big blessing of God. Right staff is a big blessing, huge blessing. And when the right staff come, you give them love, care, respect, reward from the depth of your heart. Think them like your own family, and sky's the limit. Good luck. Thanks for tuning into Zaffarology. If you found value in this episode, the best way to support the show is by leaving a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. For more content, find me on all social media platforms or visit zaffarkhan.com. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep smiling. I will see you in the next episode.